Hi there, my name is Sophia, and I want to thank you for joining us in this special edition of Alma Mundus Webinar Study Strategies and Exam Tips. Paolo will be with you shortly, but before that, let me share some relevant information with you. This video is based on the Alma Mundus Live Webinar. We have been doing this webinar live since 2021 or since version 2 of the CFA ESG Certificate. Since then, over 10,000 candidates and potential candidates have signed up for our live webinar, which has helped Alma Mundus become a prominent CFA Institute prep provider for the CFA ESG Certificate. We invite you to attend one of our sessions live, as we always have updates, news, alerts, promotions, and more. For now, you can watch our YouTube video and get the main insights on study strategies and exam tips for the CFA ESG Certificate. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel and feel free to ask any questions. Follow us on LinkedIn to stay updated with all the latest news, updates, alerts, promotions, and more. Attend our free live webinar for additional CFA ESG-related insights and tips. Explore our events on LinkedIn or click the link in the description. Don't forget to try our demo. Also, take a moment to review the description below, where you will discover CFA ESG-related links, information, and current discounts and promotions. This is the agenda for our video. We will give you an overview of the CFA ESG certificate, including demographics, target audience, difficulty level, and pass mark. We will discuss the two main reasons for failure and provide tips on how to avoid them. We will explore the study tools available, including those offered by the CFA Institute and other supplementary resources to enhance your study effectiveness. We will guide you through the CFA ESG Study Journey and its 4 stages. Drawing from the insights shared, we will also present the optimal CFA ESG study strategy. Paolo will be joining us shortly. He is unquestionably the most qualified individual to discuss CFA ESG-related topics. Paolo is the founder of Alma Mundus. With a background in financial consultancy and ESG, he is also a holder of the CFA ESG Certificate. Feel free to view his LinkedIn profile to learn more about his professional and academic accomplishments. Connect with him and do not hesitate to ask any questions. With that, I now pass the floor to Paolo.
Thank you, Sophia, and welcome to our webinar. Let's start with some numbers and demographics. The CFA ESG certificate is currently the largest ESG certificate in the world, with over 61,000 registrations since its inception in 2019. The pass rate is around 72%. And here you can also see the gender balance, the average age of candidates, and the balance between candidates who take their exam at a test center and those who take it remotely. Another frequently asked question is about the target audience. The best way to address this question is to highlight where Alma Mundus alumni work. And they mainly work in one of these areas: banking, asset management, insurance, real estate, stock exchanges, and monetary authorities, but also in rating agencies, data analytics and consulting, and last but not least, the development financial institutions. Some of them our neighbors here in Washington, D.C., the World Bank, the IFC, part of the World Bank Group, the Inter-American Development Bank, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, FinDev Canada, and GIZ, the German Development Organization. If you are considering enrolling in the CFA ESG certificate, you should be aware of some key information. The requirements are very straightforward. There are no entry criteria, meaning candidates don't need to have passed other CFA Institute certificates, have a specific degree, or have a certain number of years of experience. The recommended study time varies between 100 and 130 hours, depending on the candidate's background, study tools used, and commitment. You may want to check our video, How Difficult is the CFA ESG exam, and learn more about the difficulty level of this certificate. The exam consists of 100 multiple choice questions and must be completed within 2 hours and 20 minutes. There are no deductions for wrong answers. Each question is 1 point or 0 points. Candidates can register for the CFA ESG certificate through the CFA Institute website. Once registered, candidates have 6 months to plan, prepare, and take their exam. The CFA Institute offers flexibility, as there are no fixed exam dates, and candidates can take the exam at a test center or from home. Candidates can schedule their exams at any time within the 6-month period. The registration and retake option fees are updated annually, and we will include the current fees in the description. So check the description below to access the current CFA ESG fees. For those of you that don't know the CFA Institute, the CFA Institute is a global professional organization that provides investment professionals with finance education. The CFA Institute provides certificates for different levels of difficulty. Their flagship program is the CFA program, what you see here as CFA L1, L2, and L3. Today we will focus on the CFA ESG certificate. This is the first and very important insight, the difficulty level of the CFA ESG certificate. Candidates should adapt their study strategies and study tools to this specific certificate. On the left side of this table, you have the level of difficulty of the CFA ESG certificate and other CFA Institute certificates. As you can see, the CFA ESG certificate is a level 4 of difficulty. For example, compared with the CFA L1, the CFA ESG certificate has less content to read and doesn't require any calculation in the exam. It is mainly conceptual, teaches the fundamentals of ESG, and provides an overview of the ESG field. The challenge is not to understand the concepts, frameworks, events, or regulations, but to consolidate them and then apply that knowledge to a specific exam format. So, using the same study strategies for level 5, 6, 7 certificates may not work for the CFA ESG certificate. Different levels of difficulty, different strategies, different tools. Now let's talk about something that everyone wants to know, the pass mark. The CFA ESG exam is a pass or fail exam, and you will know if you passed or not right after submitting your exam. But you will not know your grade. You will see in your screen after submitting your exam, congratulations, you passed the exam. You will also know if you don't pass the exam. In that case, you will receive a feedback report from the CFA Institute. Regarding the pass mark, the CFA Institute does not disclose the pass mark. Based on our data and research, we believe the pass mark is slightly above 70%, and we advise you to study with this pass mark in mind, not the one referred above. between 60 and 70%. So you should always work with a pass mark slightly above 70%. You will see in many blogs, webinars, and even some prep providers working with a pass mark between 60 and 70%. Again, we don't think this should be your reference to prepare for the CFA ESG exam. We believe that the pass mark lies between 71 and 73%. If you are interested in understanding how we arrive to this pass mark and how Alma Mundus helps candidates prepare for the CFA ESG exam, we invite you to attend one of our live webinars. Details are provided below in the description. Now, a very important topic: why some candidates fail the exam. So let's talk about success and failure. It has been a pleasure working with thousands of candidates and assisting them in achieving success. Prep providers are not authorized by the CFA Institute to disclose their success rate, and while we cannot reveal ours, I can share that it has been a KPI for us ever since the launch of our CFA platform. This stands as a great indicator of the quality of our study tools. While we are unable to disclose specific numbers, our current focus is on maintaining this standard of success. We can say that our success rate is not 100%. We also have cases where candidates don't pass the exam. When that happens, we immediately try to talk with the candidate to understand what happened and how to help this candidate to pass the exam on his or her second attempt. We identified two main reasons for failure. One is knowledge related. The candidate doesn't have the minimum knowledge to pass the exam. The candidate is not ready but takes the exam anyway. The other one is exam awareness or exam mechanism. The candidate knows or may know the content in the book, but is not familiar with the mechanism of the exam, the format, the characteristics of this specific exam, and ignores that during preparation. It can also be both. We will come back to this later, but to pass the exam, you will need knowledge and exam awareness. The next topic is about the study tools available, and we will start with the book. The book comprises 9 chapters divided into 3 main sections. The first 2 chapters are an introduction to ESG and ESG markets. From chapter 3 to chapter 6 is the theory behind each ESG factor and the importance of engagement and stewardship. The last 3 chapters are dedicated to how to analyze, integrate, and report ESG factors into the decision-making process. We detail the chapters per number of pages. We clearly can spot chapter 3, but also chapters 5 and 8 as the heaviest chapters. The book has in fact 600 pages, but we are only considering the content pages you need to study for the exam. So we take out blank pages, reference pages, pictures pages that don't include relevant content for your exam. So that's the reason you have 600 pages in the book, but here you only have 440. The CFA Institute provides a question allocation per chapter. For example, chapter 1 will have between 4 to 8 questions in the exam, chapter 7 between 20 to 30 questions in the exam. Based on this allocation, we laid out a potential distribution of questions in the exam. It is easy to understand that Chapter 7 is the most important chapter in the exam, with around 24 questions. You can now look at the ratio of pages per question in the exam. For example, Chapter 4 has only 26 content pages to cover. However, you will find 8 to 15 questions in the exam related to this chapter. This means 2.6 pages per question in the exam. This compares, for example, with 8.3 pages per question for Chapter 3. And based on our surveys, candidates identify Chapters 3, 7, and 8 as the most challenging chapters. The CFA Institute provides you with a PDF version of the book. They also provide you with some self-assessment questions per chapter and 2 mock exams. We understand the self-assessment questions in the book are easier than those in the exam, but the ones in the mock exams should be at the same level as the exam questions. Most candidates prefer to complement these study solutions provided by the CFA Institute with additional study tools offered by prep providers. And now let's talk about the CFA ESG Study Journey. And regarding the CFA ESG Study Journey, I would like to start with a very important piece of information and advice. We surveyed 50 Alma Mundus alumni, successful CFA ESG candidates, and we asked them, what type of study solutions have you found more helpful in your CFA ESG journey? We didn't ask to candidates that are starting their journey. We asked candidates that successfully passed the exam. And this is what they told us. After passing the exam, candidates conclude that the most helpful study solution is practicing questions. And the second one is reading the book. But everyone has to read the book. This means that 88% of your study journey should be focused on active learning. We will come back to this topic later, but if you want to learn more about this and other insights, feel free to sign up for one of our live webinars. All the information is in the description below. Now, this is the CFA ESG Study Journey. Here you can see the 4 stages that every candidate will go through. No matter the level of experience, you will have to overcome these stages. Of course, if you have a solid experience in finance, investment, or ESG, these steps will be easier to overcome, but this is the process. And was based on this process and the understanding of different stages that we developed our study platform with different study solutions for each one of the stages. As we mentioned before, the CFA Institute provides a book and 2 mock exams, which are normally used in stages 1 and 4. That is why we developed our study platform with different study solutions for each one of the stages. And this is what you see here. Here you can find the study solutions offered by both the CFA Institute and Alma Mundus. Let's take a closer look. So stage 1 should be dedicated to planning your studies and reading the CFA ESG book. Alma Mundus webinars and chapter videos available in our media center are designed to assist candidates in planning their study journey and enhancing their comprehension of the CFA ESG book. It is recommended that candidates read the CFA ESG book at least once or twice during this stage. Stage 2 involves practicing questions, which may initially lead to some frustration as achieving high scores immediately is not expected. However, it is crucial to trust the process and resist the temptation to return to the book for added confidence. The most significant and efficient aspect of your CFA ESG study journey is practicing questions. In stage 2, alongside practicing questions using our question banks, it is advised to review book content by referring to our study summaries. The key elements of stages 2 and 3 involve consistent practice, review, and seeking clarification as needed. Stage 3 represents a more consolidated phase of preparation where improvement areas and focal points become clearer. Throughout your entire study journey, you will have access to Alma Mundus Community Center where our tutors will address any questions you may have. We are committed to supporting you until you pass the exam, offering you pass protection. It is important to highlight that Alma Mundus study solutions are designed to complement the offerings of the CFA Institute. Our study tools primarily focus on supporting CFA ESG candidates during stage 2 and 3, which are considered the most crucial stages of preparation. Stage 4, known as the proficiency stage, requires utilizing Alma Mundus and CFA Institute mock exams to access your knowledge under exam conditions. Our mock exams align with all CFA Institute guidelines. Stage 4 constitutes the final stage of preparation and underlines quality over quantity in terms of practicing and reviewing content. This provides an overview of the study journey, the study stage, and the study solutions to use in each stage, and always with two objectives in mind: increase your chances of success in the exam and save you precious time. We receive a lot of requests to know more about our study summaries, and so we want to show you how they look like. We're going to show you chapter 1, but we have a study summary per chapter covering all the chapters in the book. So this is chapter 1, and you will see the first page. It's going to give you some guidelines in terms of the objective, the chapter objective, chapter relevance in the exam, and then the learning objectives of that chapter. And then if you go down here, you're going to start seeing the same structure that you have in the book, but summarized, really well organized. We have received very good feedback from candidates related to our study summaries, but they are laid out in a way that is easier to follow and easier to consolidate knowledge. And this is chapter 1. Here you're going to have summary highlights, a page of summary highlights, and then you're going to have the main concepts to bear in mind. And we're going to have this for all the chapters. This is chapter 2. We're not going to show you now, but this is for you just to have an idea of our study summaries and how they can help you throughout your study journey. Coming back to our study journey, let me tell you that the study journey can also be presented as a study process. Let me show you here how we can lay out this as a study process. So you are here now in our webinar. You can also attend our free live webinar. You can try our demo, and when you register, you have 6 months to plan, prepare, and take your exam. So when you register, you are here in stage 1, and in stage 1 you should start reading the book. Alma Mundus provides you with very insightful study strategies and exam tips videos for you to plan your study journey. We also provide you with chapter videos to increase the efficiency of your readings. When you finish this task, you finish also stage 1, that is reading the book. When that happens, you enter in stage 2, and in stage 2 you should enter the Alma Mundus study cycle, basically practicing and reviewing questions. Here you will have access to our question banks, to our very detailed feedback per question, to our study summaries per chapter, and to our mock exams. You will also have access to our community center, where you can ask any question you want throughout your entire study journey. Any question. When you finalize this process, you will reach a proficiency level. Here in stage 4, you should try the CFA ESG or the CFA mock exams, and at that point you should be already in the stage that you can book your exam. And this is the study process we recommend, mostly based on practicing, reviewing, asking questions, an active learning process, and where you will have to overcome the challenges mainly on stage 2 and 3. The last topic of our webinar, what is the best CFA ESG study strategy? To define a study strategy, it is important to recap some information. Let's do it in the form of questions. So what is the target, the objective? Of course, you want to learn, but you want to pass the exam. What type of exam? And we talked about this. This is a level 4 of difficulty exam. The challenge is not to understand the concepts. You will understand the concepts, the frameworks, the events or regulations, but you will need to consolidate them and apply that knowledge to a specific type of exam. The exam is 100 multiple choice questions, 2 hours and 20 minutes. What is the estimated pass mark? We believe that is between 71 and 73, 71 and 74%. As a disclaimer, the CFA Institute does not disclose the pass mark. This information that you see here is based on Alma Mundus research and analysis. If you want to know more, attend one of our live webinars using the info in the description below. What is the time recommended to study? The recommended study time varies between 100 and 130 hours, depending on the candidate's background, study tools used, and commitment. What is the advice of successful CFA ESG candidates? It's basically active learning. Candidates conclude that the most helpful study solutions is practicing questions, and the second is reading the book. Active learning mainly includes practicing questions with question banks and mock exams, reviewing questions, reading the book, summaries and taking notes, and asking questions. Active learning is considered critical by successful candidates and aligned with the Alma Mundus goals for the CFA ESG Certificate. In active learning, you will find two main blocks. One related to knowledge, and refers to the book readings, and the other one to techniques. And here it includes study plan, exam awareness, and practice. These will be our focus today, and always keep in mind that the two main reasons for failure are knowledge related and exam awareness or mechanism, and that can be covered by these two strategic blocks. We will focus on techniques, and we will start with the study plan. So for your study plan, it's very important that you set a potential exam date. Then based on that date, you work backwards and set specific study dates. Okay, when you want to start doing mock exams, when you want to start your question bank, when you want to start and finish your readings, it's very important that you define those specific study dates and then commit. Commitment is key. Another advice, focus on your process. Okay, don't be distracted by what you find on blogs or other people say. Focus on your process. Now, regarding exam awareness, and this is closely related to the next one, that is practice. But what we tell our candidates regarding the exam is that they should know everything about the exam before they reach the exam day. Okay? They will not know the questions in the exam, but they should know the number of questions, most important chapters and subjects, type of questions they will have in the exam, question mechanisms, and time, how to manage their time in the exam. So they should know everything about that specific exam before the exam day. And we work with our candidates so they know everything they need to know before they reach the exam day. And very, very important and related with exam awareness is practice. This is probably the most important part of your study journey. You will practice through question banks and mock exams, reading each question very carefully, understand what the question relates to, which chapter, which subject, use the process of elimination, and then give your best shot. Also through an insightful review process, understanding why you failed that question. Was it content? Was it a distraction? Understand the mechanism behind that specific question. And then tracking your scores and per chapter and per subject, and improve based on that information. And my last recommendation refers to efficiency. It doesn't matter that you practice 1,000 questions if you don't learn from them. The process of analyzing and reviewing your results should be part of your study process. You will need insightful data that improves the efficiency of that study process. Keep focused, keep learning. You will pass this exam.
Thank you, Paolo. You can check our CFA ESG study options on our website. Our question bank offers you over 500 exam-type questions distributed across the 9 book chapters, providing detailed feedback for each question, a diagnostic report for each chapter and its questions, and access to our community center where you can engage with other CFA ESG candidates and seek guidance throughout your study journey. Our study platform standard includes 2 mock exams, along with the study tools available in our question bank. Our Study Platform Plus is our most comprehensive study platform, preferred by Alma Mundus' alumni. Apart from incorporating all the study tools from the question bank, it also features 3 mock exams, study summaries per chapter, access to the Media Center for chapter-specific videos, as well as informative study strategy and exam tips videos. Alma Mundus offers you pass protection by providing our CFA ESG candidates with access to our study platforms until they successfully pass the exam. In the event that you require a second attempt or more, we grant you continued access to our study platforms. With Alma Mundus, you only pay once until you pass your exam. You can practice our question banks and mock exams unlimited times until you feel adequately prepared. Our instructor will be ready to answer all your questions until your exam day. All our study solutions are upgradable, allowing you to commence with a selected study option and then upgrade later by paying only the difference between the prices of the two study solutions. Of course, the ultimate guarantee comes from the thousands of successful CFA ESG candidates who have utilized our study tools, contributing to our outstanding success rate. Alma Mundus' study process is focused on an active learning approach designed to enhance your chances of success in the CFA ESG exam and help you save valuable study time. Please subscribe to our channel, like it, share it with colleagues and friends, and feel free to ask any questions. Also, take a moment to review the description below, where you will discover CFA ESG-related links, information, and current discounts and promotions. Thank you again for watching, and you already know, keep focused. Keep learning. You will pass this exam.